Hello everyone and welcome to another tutorial. This time we will be learning how to use SubServers.Host. SubServers.Host lets you host subservers on other machines. So, before we get started, you'll have to have a working install of SubServers.2 somewhere. If you are going to host on Windows, you'll have to install Git Bash on there. And if your computers are not on the same network, you will have to port forward the subdata direct port, which is default 4391, and you'll have to port forward whatever servers that you want to create as well. But now that we got past all of that, let's begin. So, the first thing we're going to change is the subdata address, which should be 0.0.0.0. This will make it listen on all ports, not just localhost. So that's why we're changing that. The next thing we're going to do is copy and paste the host config. And we're going to name this host EXHost. We're going to make it use the new network driver so that it listens for the network to make that host work. And in the address section, if you're not on the same network as your host, you will have to go to whatsmyip.org for it. Otherwise, you can follow me into the network and internet menu to find it. So right here is the address that you want to enter. So 10.0.0.6 for me. And now we're done with that. And we can save and close this. A simple G reload will do that. Okay. And now while that's starting up, we're going to jump over to the host computer. And we're going to launch java jar SubServers.Host.jar. So it'll spit out an error, but that's okay because the error just says that it wasn't able to connect because we haven't set it to connect to anything yet. So what we're going to do in here is give it something to connect to. So in the server bind, we're going to use the internal address we got before, not the what's my IP address. So for me, again, it's 10.0.0.6. We named this server EXHost, or this host EXHost. And let's switch back to the SubServers.2 computer, and we'll go into the network settings and get the address once again from there. And again, if they're not on the same network, you'll have to use the what's my IP from this computer. So for me, it is 10.0.0.2. And I didn't set a password, but if you had one, enter it in now. And save and close. So now, let's clear the screen and start it up again. As you can see, side by side, they connected and downloaded what they needed just fine. So now we can control this and add a server. So if I were to join right now, I would be sent to that lobby server you see in the console. But we want to create another server. So we're going to sub create Let's call this test EX host. That's what we named it. Vanilla, because it's the fastest. 1.11.2, because that's the version we're using. And 25567, because that's just a random port number. Okay, that was nice and speedy. I like it. So now that that's done and created, let's join it. Server test. Okay, and now we are on that test server that we just made. As you can see, it works just fine. Now, the last feature I want to show off from SubServers.Host is that it also has a lot of the same commands that Subservers client does, so you can control the servers from here as well. So if we were gonna do help, we would see all the help commands, and we can see that it's the same commands except just without sub in the front. So if we were gonna do cmd test op me1 3 1 2, I'd get opt. So that's all I really wanted to show off for this add-on. So I will see you in the next tutorial.